welcome to the Circle of Life, a place where we build life together. It's a new month. Happy new month. Welcome to the month of July, a month of perfection. So our life will always be perfect. In this month, we'll be talking about things we normally do with our lives or things we ought to be doing with our lives. So in this series, we're talking about being spontaneous. This is our first episode in the month of July. So subsequently, other series will follow as well. So back to the top of our discussion today, be spontaneous. Well, guess what? Life doesn't always work out the way you've planned it. You must be able to go with the flow regardless of whether you have a plan or not. My life is not even close to what I thought it would be like years ago. How could I have known what is going to happen? How can you? So, this brings me to this. To be more interesting and be spontaneous, face your fears of uncertainty and start to be more spontaneous. Create an environment that fosters spontaneity. It is scary to let go of your plans because then you are inviting all kinds of uncertainty into your life. In fact, fear is the root of the most spontaneity problems. By conquering those fears, you can be more or less dependent on your plans and live a far more interesting life. Ask your friends if you are too predictable. Ask your friends if you are too predictable. It might be awkward to ask, but listen to them closely for the answer. The people who know you well are in a better position to give you this information, and they might see more areas where you can improve that you might not consider yourself. Let go of limit beliefs. During your life, you have picked up beliefs that may hold you back. If you think it's weird to talk to a stranger, or that you will mess up if you try to do something different, you're having a limiting belief. Stop waiting for a perfect time. Stop waiting for that perfect time for spontaneity to take hold. If there's something that you want to do, the best time to do it is now. Start acting spontaneously now. Becoming a spontaneous person is not easy, especially if you're being conditioned to be a boring person for many years. But you can change that if that is your wish. This section or this series contains a progressive set of exercises to gradually turn you into a more spontaneous individual. If you can follow through the steps consistently, you can add more joy and interest to your life. Number 1, get up, dance right now. I know this is silly, but get up and dance. In fact, do it right now. As it takes some practice to become more spontaneous, now it's a good time to begin. So play some tunes. Play that best music you love so much. Get up and boogie down. What is the worst that can happen? Number 2, add a twist to a normal activities. Normally, I do my writing while I sit on my couch, but once in a while, I like to spice up things. Go to local cafe. Maybe you go for a morning jog along the same route every day. Tomorrow, try to take a detour instead of continue straight ahead. You may be surprised by what happens. Number 3, go explore new locations. You probably don't have to go too far from where you live currently to find a street you've never walked, a town you've never explored, or a trail you've never hiked. Check out new places. See what you have been missing. Number 4, try a new hobby or an activity. Choose an activity that always interests you but you haven't tried, and another pursuit that has never interested you. Enjoy activities that you like as well as pursuing hobbies you wouldn't expect to do. Makes life just as more exciting and interesting. Say yes more often. That's number 5. If your friend invites you to a party that you normally wouldn't attend, make yourself go. Start taking advantage of social possibilities that are placed before you. By stepping out of your comfort zone, you will also become more spontaneous. Number 6, talk to strangers. Does someone look interesting to you? Go up to them, start a conversation. I know this is extremely difficult, but nevertheless, go ahead and take a step in that direction. It's not as scary as introducing yourself or initiating a conversation, but it does help to build momentum. In fact, I often start talking to someone who interests me once I take the first step. Number 7, do things that scares you. Being spontaneous involves regular stepping out of your comfort zone. So act and move ahead in spite your fears. I used to be afraid of facing the crowd, but one of my friends helped me out. Guess what? I faced that fear and it melted away after I made the leap. A little spontaneity makes you less boring. Becoming more spontaneous doesn't mean putting an end to a long time thinking or planning. Ideally, you should be able to create a plan, execute it, and then deviate from it whenever you wish. Planning is not the enemy. Instead, the culprit is fear. Begin living a life where fear doesn't hold you back. If you soon get into the habit of becoming more interesting and less boring, take a risk. Live a life to the fullest. Just go with the flow and have fun. Be spontaneous. I still remain your humble host, adhering to Adenike. It's still the circle of life. Be strong, be focused, be good. Till I see you next time. So be spontaneous. Spice up that music, dance, and come out of that your comfort zone. So try to be spontaneous this week. See you next time. It's so